Good morning. I'm Dr. Usha Rani, Professor, RMT Engineering College. I'm going to brief about the topic of market-based economic dispatch mechanism. Recently, in India, the Ministry of Power proposed the market-based economic dispatch mechanism, that is MBED, to centralize the scheduling for dispatching the entire annual electricity consumption. The centralized model of market-based economic dispatch. It has proposed mechanism for centralized scheduling of power dispatches, both interstate and intrastate. This will mark a clear shift from a decentralized model followed now. The implementation of first phase of this was planned to start from the year 2022. Here in India, the distribution companies currently schedule generation on a day-to-day basis from amongst their portfolio of contracted generators. This practice is referred to as self-scheduling and is a suboptimal outcome for the power system in the country, with relatively higher cost being borne by the distribution companies and the consumers. What are the key issues in the extant mechanism here? As the distribution companies goes only by its contracted portfolio without visibility of possible lower cost generation in other states still underutilized or available. Second point here is all India analysis shows that the country often ends up committing and utilizing costlier generation plants, while cheaper generation plants are not fully scheduled or utilized. Third point here is instance of states violating the merit order even within their own contracted portfolio of generators. Fourth point is there is an absence of uniform price for the procurement of power across the country, despite having one unified and integrated grid. In India, representations from states have been received to have one price of power. That is, we already have one nation, one price. Here, which is changed to one nation, one grid, one frequency. That is from one nation, one grid, one frequency to one nation, one price. That is the main objective here. So a centralized system is required. For this, the key objectives of redesigning the day-ahead market. What is the need for this? As if you take care, already I mentioned that in India attained the status of one nation, one grid, one frequency. So there are hardly some constraints today in the inter-regional transfer of electricity. So the physical integration is realizable only when India transits to a national merit order and a countrywide balancing area instead of siloed self-scheduling and balancing mechanisms currently followed. We have to move towards in one nation, one grid, one frequency, one price. That is the framework by adoption of a market-based economic dispatch. This will lead to discovery of uniform clearing prices in the day-ahead market. So the next step is the India's transition to an integrated national framework for electricity and will help individual states to retail consumers to benefit from their integrated operations and sharing of each other's resources. So here the first point is if you take care of the key objectives, meeting the system load with the least cost and efficient generation plants. The major economic dispatches to minimize the fuel cost, that is the function. Second one is uniform pricing framework to encourage efficient generation capacity addition in the future. Third one is facilitate increased VRE. What is here VRE as variable renewable energy integration through larger balancing area and resource sharing. The advantages here is I already mentioned the point, one nation, one grid, one frequency, one price formula we have to achieve. So it will ensure the cheapest electricity generating resources across the country, prioritizing the least cost and most efficient generators and removing more expensive one. So the drawbacks here is it would take away the states of their freedom to decide their own electricity requirement while managing seasonal and local demand trends. It can create constitutional problems because power lies in the concurrent list. It could potentially clash with emerging market trends. Increase in renewable energy in the overall generation mix and the increasing number of electric vehicles actually necessitate greater decentralization of markets. So that is the major objective of the topic market-based economic dispatch mechanism in India. Thank you.